Yes, today I'm going to talk about the international negotiations. First, I have mentioned here when it comes to this presentation, globalization means the speed up of movements. Actually, globalization is connected with the negotiations, right? So, with the globalization, we all are connected. Globalization means the speed up of movements and exchanges all over the planet. Here, exchanges means of it is like exchanges of human beings, goods, and services, capital, technologies, or cultural practices. It means we all are connect with the globalization. And also here I have mentioned a small what we call an example for this one. Mr. Pereira is a Sri Lankan person and he went to Australia for his works. He married to an American woman and he used a Chinese phone. So actually, I have mentioned there are 4 countries. Actually, with the globalization, we can work together in the planet, right? So that is the main thing we need to understand. So with the globalization, we all are connect in the planet. And international negotiation connect with the globalization. Yes, actually, with the globalization, this international negotiation is connecting with the globalization. In the age of globalization, there are standards put in everything, even the process of negotiation, right? So here I have clearly mentioned what are the points we need to understand regarding this topic. And actually, I need to tell, yes, international negotiation connect with the globalization. And here I have mentioned what are the skills we need to improve if we are going to become a manager, or if you are a manager, what are the skills we need to improve for the international negotiation? Skills for the international negotiations for the managers, definitely. First thing is communication. Communication is directly connected to negotiations. Yes, without communication, without communicate, we are unable to understand anything, right? So definitely communication skill. We need to enhance our skill of communication and active listening. If you are going to do any negotiation, first you need to listen to the other party. Yes, emotional intelligence and patience, expectation management, planning, integrity, rapport building. These all skills we need to improve if we are a manager and if we are going to do any international negotiations. And also here I have mentioned about different cultures. Actually, in all over the planet, we have different cultures. For an example, in India, they have some cultures. In Sri Lanka, we have some cultures like that. And there are two examples I have gave. Don't ask for salt when dining in Egypt, but in other, it is not that applicable for other countries. Yes, the story is this. So in any other country, it is all okay, all right to ask for salt to add your food. But in Egypt, if you are going to dining in Egypt, if you are asking any salt from that, so definitely that will taken as an insult to the host. So that is a different culture. And birthday greetings in Netherlands, but in Sri Lanka not like that. Yes, in Netherlands actually you will not feel lonely when you celebrate your birthday in Netherlands. So in Netherlands, in that country, there is a tradition to greet the person celebrating the birthday as well as the person's family and the relatives. So these are the different cultures. So if you take India, Japan, Korea, they also have other different cultures. Next, doors on an international negotiation is what are things we need to do when we are going to do any international negotiation. Do know your bottom line. Yes, do prepare. Do listen to others. Do consider all of your options. Do use a friendly approach. Yes, these things we need to do. So if you don't know about your bottom line, or if you are not prepared, so if you are not going to listen to others, it can't build a rapport, right? If you are unable, when you're not ready to do these things, so your negotiation, it will not work. So definitely these things you need to do. And what are the things we need to avoid to do when it comes to business negotiation? So if you are going to do any business negotiation, don't get catch up in emotions. Yes, in business negotiation, emotions. So for an example, if you are very angry person, so if you are very if you are getting upset instantly, so you're unable to do any negotiation things. So it is you have to avoid that one. Don't underestimate your worth, don't underestimate anyone, and don't have an all or another attitude. Yes, so these things are very important. You need to avoid these things. And reasons for impossible to change the culture is actually, as a Sri Lankan person, I know what are the cultures we have in India. They also have some different cultures, but the thing is, as a single person, sometimes I can understand this culture is not matching for the society or like that. But the thing is, as a single person, I can't change it, right? So these are the reasons why we are unable to change the culture. Culture matters, definitely. Leaders know the importance of the culture. Leaders knows. Leaders know that what is the importance of the culture. No meaningful data. Yes, so we are unable to we are unable to avoid that cultural thing, and it is impossible to change. Why we have to change according to the culture? As a single person, as I told you before, we are unable to change the culture now. So as a single person, we are unable to do that, right? So we have to adhere to the culture. So we are unable to live alone. So if you are going to change the system, so you can't do that as a single person. So we are unable to live alone. So we need other supports when we are living, and the culture cannot change as a single person. So these are the reasons why we need to adhere to the, I mean, according to the culture. And culture, Mr. Robert H. Schaffer, he has told, to change the culture, stop trying to change the culture. That's the thing. So it means we can understand we are unable to change the culture. So if you need to change the culture, stop going to change the culture. So from these examples, we can understand, yes, we are unable to change the culture. So what we need to do is we need to adhere according to the culture. And next one, I have mentioned in the culture, if we are not changed according to the culture, we have to search another isolated planet to live. So that's what. So definitely, if you are trying to do any modifications, or if you are trying to do any cultural changes, definitely you will reject from the society, and we have to go to another planet or another isolated island to live. Definitely, that definitely you have to do that if you are going to change that. So as a single person, we are helpful and we are unable to do that. And culture, we should have to change according to the culture. Yes, these are the cultural diversity. Actually, culture, it is, there is a cultural diversity. So there are some points I have mentioned: people, community, conversation, human, cultural decay, dress, social, languages, traditions. Actually, I have mentioned there are a few cultural diversities here. So we can understand we are unable to change the culture, right? So yeah, this is the end. This is the end. And today my topic was international negotiation. So we talk about the globalization, and I talked about This is my point of view. What is the globalization means? If someone is asking what is the globalization according to you, then I will reply with this point. And this is a very important and very easy example to understand about the globalization. And here international negotiation connect with the globalization means definitely these two is definitely connecting. So here I have mentioned what are the skills for the international negotiations for managers, and we talked about culture. What are the different cultures? I have gave two examples, but not two, there are so many examples there. If you are searching, so you also can find out what are the other cultural changes, and so what are the things we need to do for the international negotiation, and what are the things we need to avoid when you are going to do any business negotiation, and reasons for impossible to change the culture. Yes, these reasons actually matters to the culture change, and why we have to change according to the culture. And so I have clearly mentioned what are the cultural diversities, and so I think this topic is very important one, and thank you so much for the listening. Have a nice day.